Welcome to KX News on the Go and happy Thursday. I'm Chance Stickland.
And I'm Amber French.
Law enforcement had to shut down a stretch of I-94 on Wednesday. 3 vehicles were involved in the crash and a large piece of farm equipment.
Highway Patrol says it happened just before 11 o'clock when the driver of the car was slowing down when noticing a farmer driving a combine west along the Grant Marsh Bridge in Bismarck. Troopers say that's when the driver of the semi-truck then crashed into the combine. The combine then veered off the road and hit the concrete bridge barrier. Troopers say nobody was hurt, but one woman was a few vehicles down and behind the crash when it happened.
Seeing I'm guessing he must have stopped really fast, the smoke, the plume of smoke all of a sudden from the tires, and I thought he was then going to fall off the bridge because that's when I saw the big tractor go up, but it was so fast. So I'm like, oh my gosh, did this really happen?
State was able to reopen the bridge to traffic after about 2 hours.
Developing this morning, Senate leaders in Washington, D.C. trying to still work out an agreement to keep the federal government open after 2 days now being closed.
That means around 750,000 federal workers could be sent home until a new agreement is passed. On Tuesday, North Dakota Senators John Hoeven and Kevin Cramer both voted in support of the latest resolution to fund the government through November 21st.
However, that vote failed 55 to 45 as Senate leadership was not able to get to 60 votes. Senator Kevin Cramer says the Senate will be back in session on Friday, but says Monday is the next opportunity to end the current shutdown.
Given the timing of these things, given the weekend, the holiday, it just sort of provides somewhat of a safe place, if you will, for them to hang tough, show some support for their leader, but then come back on Monday and say, okay, enough is enough. Time to get back to the negotiating table. I just think what we call that in this business is the off-ramp.
The Senate is on break right now as lawmakers are observing the Jewish holiday today. If your phone has been lost or stolen, you already know how much of your life is on there. We all have phones. Now imagine that same data helping investigators solve crimes.
That's what experts from Dakota State University shared at the Bismarck State College, showing how mobile forensics can turn everyday phones into powerful investigative tools. The packed room brought together students, experts, and industry pros to learn about how text, photos, and even app data can help piece together what really happens in a case.
William Campbell, a digital forensic analyst at Dakota State, says events like these give people a glimpse into their growing field.
So we're going to be talking about digital forensics and more specifically mobile forensics, talking about what type of data that criminal investigators receive from mobile devices and how that can be applied in a digital forensic examination and in a criminal investigation. I know this is on a college campus and there's a lot of students here that are looking to learn more about different fields. So we know that digital forensics is a field that is kind of niche and people can explore.
Experts say the goal is to spark interest and maybe even inspire the next generation of digital detectives.
That's right. All right, it's going to be another day in the 80s. Let's check in with Andre. Good morning for a check of the forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance and Amber. And it looks like we are starting our day here in the great city of Wofford City with quiet conditions. And guess what? The temperature is at about 45 degrees. So it is quite chilly this morning around here, and the winds are relatively calm right now. But let's head over into around Harvey, where we are seeing a quiet start to our day too, with a temperature of 50 degrees and the winds are out of the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour. Now, looking ahead throughout the rest of the day and into our Friday, we're going to continue to see those quiet conditions around here, and the summer-like temperatures is here to persist for right now. And then once we get into the weekend, we will be watching for those rain chances around here. Now, looking at our current storm team radar, we're looking at those quiet conditions with a few passing clouds here and there. But again, it is a quiet start to our day nonetheless. So if you need to take care of some good things to do outside, you should be good to go. Now, as far as our current temperatures, our temperatures at the moment are mainly in the 40s and 50s, including a 40 degrees there in Wolf Point. So it is a rather chilly day there. So you may need your jacket as you head out and about. And even here in the capital city, look at that. 46 degrees, and our temperatures have dropped over the last 24 hours. In fact, we were about 5 to 15 to near 20 degrees cooler here in the capital city and also there in the great city of Watford City. But here is the thing. We are going to be seeing our area of high pressure that is still just kind of sticking around to our south and east, and that's going to continue to funnel in those warm temperatures not only for today but into our Friday, and also it is going to keep us quiet for the time being too. Now, looking at the rest of the day today, we're going to continue to see those mainly sunny conditions, but once we get into the afternoon, we will see a few fair weather clouds in our northern tier counties, but otherwise, it is just going to be quite a beautiful day, so just make sure you really enjoy it, but make sure that you're staying hydrated and cool because temperatures will climb up into the mid to upper 80s, and these temperatures are well above normal. In fact, we're going to be about 15 to 25 degrees above normal, so again, be careful out there throughout the day today. Once we get into tonight, we will see those temperatures drop down into the 50s and perhaps even an upper 40 potentially there in Crosby. So we'll be watching that very closely. And as far as our Friday, we will continue to see those temperatures remain in the 80s for the most part and perhaps even some upper 70s in our northern areas. But again, these temperatures are also going to be running about 10 to 30 degrees above normal. And this will be the last hot day, folks. I know you guys are tired of the heat. I am too. And the reason why is because of this cold front pushing through late Friday into Saturday and into our Sunday. And this system is going to be responsible of bringing us some really good rainfall as we head into the weekend. And also we're going to be seeing a really good sharp cool down because of this building area of high pressure giving us that northerly flow. And it's going to finally feel like fall. Now, looking at the amount of rainfall we're expecting during this time period, will mainly be between about a half an inch to an inch and maybe even locally higher totals than that. It really depends where that rain band sets up, but it looks like it's going to be a wet weekend nonetheless. And our temperatures are going to be dropping into the 60s as we head into our Saturday and then into the 50s as we head into our Sunday and Monday, with conditions drying out by the time we get into our Monday. And that same thing goes here in the Dickinson area too, with maybe some frost potential Sunday night. So that's something we'll be watching closely. Now looking here in the Magic City, we're going to be seeing 80s today, 80s tomorrow, and then 60s as we head into our Saturday, and then the 50s return as we head into our Sunday, and then we're going to be seeing those 50s continue through our Tuesday of next week, and then low 60s for our Wednesday, with conditions drying out during this period of time. And that same thing goes here in the capital city too, with upper 50s for our Wednesday. So it looks like the next couple days is the last days of summer.
Enjoy these last couple days of the 80s, Amber.
I will.
Colder weather is on the way. For Amber, Andre, I'm Chance. For everyone here at KX News, let's make it a great day.